Lumpy. Yeah.
43 players, 18 weeks, 1 champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ShlubHouse Championship, presented by the Purple ShlubHouse. Special thanks to Bama, Brandon Neal, for putting these together. Week 10 matchup between TSwizzle and Jabberwocky. I think TSwizzle used to be TSwizzle, or Bama's just got a little pet name for him, but he's getting a half a stroke, so he's already up 0.5. And, well, Bama, you got a nice big box blocking the bottom of the screen, so I can't tell which golfer is which. I believe that was Jabberwocky teeing off there. He's coming in now. We got a front pin on 1. It's a little tougher pin. Can't just run a jab at it as easily. Yep, if you try and do that, a lot of times it'll hit the fringe and bounce off line. So I like either going with a sniper or take a run with an O-bird and hope it's just burns right through that fringe and stays on line and goes in. That looked like that was right on line and hit the fringe and bounced out. So that was a good shot. It was tracking, just missed. On to hole 2, I believe this is TSwizzle or TSwizzle, or I'm not sure. Good shot there, just a little short. He's in for eagle though. I like using the full driver here. I think you can take a pretty aggressive line and make a run at this. Both these guys are using the high left driver, playing a little safe. That won't make it back there, but another easy eagle for Jabberwocky. And we are on to hole 3. And we got TSwizzle. This is Tommy from Atlanta, Georgia. He is a avid golfer in real life as well as in Golden T-Mobile. I think he's currently in the top half of the bronze division, so he's moving up quickly. That's what the ShlubHouse is for. We've got some up-and-comers who really love the game and are getting a lot of reps in playing in this and getting better, I think, from the competition and from just talking to people in the community about different shots to hit. All right, here we go. We're on to 4, and I never play left, so I'm interested to see that look. This is the way I usually go. I am a creature of habit, though. It's one of the weaknesses in my game is not learning different shots. There's definitely a look through those trees there, but okay, so that caught the branches, I believe. So I don't know if going left there is if people have a way to do that, maybe you could have gone around the trees. It looked like it would have been tough to carry it all the way there, but this is the way I would do it. Go over there to the right. That's a great shot through the trees with a Ranger. Gave himself a putt here to make the eagle. And just missed that, but still a good shot. And I think they tied with birdies here, so. Or not yet. Oh, wait, that chip would have done it. Nope. Okay, so TSwizzle's going to lose a shot here. And I believe now be down a half stroke instead of up a half stroke. And here's Jabberwocky on 5. This is Jacob from Missouri. Another avid golfer in real life. He's also a bowler and a Cardinals fan, so if he's 5 feet tall, I'm going to be convinced this is Scott Boyer's burner account. But as far as we know, they're different people. And here comes TSwizzle. Nice little maniacs. It'll bounce right off the hill. 2 good shots. 2 easy eagles. Sometimes that pin is back right. If you got the right tee box, you can hit a low driver sniper and go right at it. But I think that was the play today with that wind. 6 is looking pretty straightforward. I don't think we had a clean swipe there, but this should just be a chip burn if you swipe straight. I definitely would probably put it on a tee so you can clear that fringe. We didn't do that there, so that just got hung up. 2 birdies on 6, and we're still a half-stroke lead for Jabberwocky. On the 7, driving as far out as we can into this fairway. And TSwizzle's going to have a look from the fairway. I think that should be able to get there. Full driver. That's really well played. You have to land that just in that opening there for it to bounce up and not go into either of the traps. Hit it straight as an arrow and gets his eagle. Now we'll see if Jabberwocky can respond. And that looked like one of my swipes lately. Happens to all of us. But unfortunately that pushed him into the trap on this hole. Let's see if he can get a sand save. It's going up high. I like using, I really, to people who are trying to save strokes, learning the chipper, but also learning sand wedge shots. I would use the sand wedge out of there. That's very makeable, I think, if you practice that one. Interesting pin on 8. We got the back left pin, so you can go up and over, or you can still just play through the opening there with the sniper. I don't think you can get it to the hole. I think you're going to have to play right if you do that, but you've also got the opportunity to go over and around, which we're seeing here. So again, 2 different ways to play these holes. That's the beauty of these videos, is showing people different shots that they might not normally try, and gives you an opportunity to play around with it, go into campaign, and learn some new things. So we're off on 9. TSwizzle back up by half a stroke after the 7th hole. Got a pretty good look here with a back pin. This is interesting. We're going with a high lofted club. Some people do this. I think Josh Carlson's great with the 9 wood. I don't know. I think if you play the low iron, you take a little more wind out of it. But I think any shot you can learn, again, it just shows you different ways to play holes, and got to learn what you're comfortable with and get good at it. So he liked the higher lofted club there. TSwizzle going a little more conventional with I believe that was a 4 iron. And that's a good shot, just a little left and deep, but percent and a half less, and that would have been right in the hole. Tied at 12s. We both Paco'd the front, so TSwizzle's still up by half a stroke. GSPs will not come into play here because we got the half stroke difference, so no chance of a tie. Looks like we're going to see 2 different ways to play this hole again. That's got to settle down. It does. He should have a nice look. That's the way I probably would have gone here, but you can see, again, it's kind of all what people are comfortable with. TSwizzle had a good look there. Just came up a little bit short, but let's see if he can make this chipper and still save eagle. And he does. Nice shot. Jabberwocky should have a good look here. Can get aggressive. Just get something on line, run it right through the fringe, and you got a chance to make that. That was a little off to the right, but still going to be an easy eagle, I would assume. And there it is. So we're still a half stroke different here going into 11. This is a good match. Desert's a fun match play course for heads up. A lot of swing holes. We're going to have several coming up here, so I think it's been pretty chalk so far, but I would assume things will change at some point if we got harder looks on 13, 14, 16, 17, all potential swing holes. Jabberwocky, nice safe sniper up there. Front pin on 11's tough. You can rip an orbit at it, but the orbits is tough to control here with that front pin. You want to be careful not to get too aggressive, so I don't mind either of these shots. They're just playing it safely into the green, leaving themselves very makeable putts, 2 eagles, and move on. I think with that pin, there's nothing wrong with just making your birdie and moving on. Good pin here on 12, so that's right in the opening. We got a 2 iron here, which I don't know if that'll get back there, but I do like the low iron play and had that right on line. I think with a 1 iron in the right percentage that had a chance to go in. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. We got the 1 iron, 95%. Swipe's just a little bit left there. But if those two shots had a baby, that baby would be going in the hole because we had the perfect line on one and the perfect distance on the other. So I think the 1-iron was the right club, and with the line TSwizzle had, that would have been a good shot. See how the look here is on 13. It actually doesn't look that bad. That's a pretty accessible pin. This guy should be able to take a Maniacs in here and land this green. Jabberwocky does that safely, just needs to hit the putt. Move on with your 3. Anytime you can do that here, you're very happy. Swipe's just a little bit off today, it seems like, for Jacob. Again, it happens. I have days like that as well, so it's cost him a couple strokes, but let's see. He's still only potentially a stroke and a half now with the handicap down, but we'll see if TSwizzle can make this putt. And he does. Decent look on 14. I think this Maniac should be able to get to the green. Wind was helping you get at that pin, so good shot there on the green. And we'll see if he can handle this putt. Big breaker, but right in the heart. I'd say right now, putting's potentially the difference over the last couple holes. That was a big putt. The Jabberwocky missed one. That's a good shot in there, though. See if he can make this putt. Got a right 6, so this is no gimme. And just off again, so putting definitely making a huge difference here. I think that's going to give TSwizzle a 2.5 stroke lead. I believe TSwizzle is currently leading the ShlubHouse championship. Both these guys probably beat me at some point. I've lost track of everyone who did, but they probably both did. Are both doing pretty well, I think, this season, but I believe TSwizzle's our leader, so he's on track here for another full points match. If he can avoid trouble on 16-17. Jabberwocky he's getting aggressive here since he's down, and he probably knows
Splash.
it. After a couple drops, unfortunately, that orbit's ripped back right into the water, misses the chipper, so he's going to give up another couple strokes here. This one's starting to get away from him a little bit, now down 4.5. Not a bad look on 16. I think it should be reachable. But able to get the drive out to the right side there. You want to get it as far right as you can so you have a better look and you don't have to go around the mountain too much. And I think with the Maniacs this should reach no problem, which it does. So good shot there. Barring disaster on 17, I would say this one's probably over. You never know. 17 can play tough sometimes and could still get ourselves a match if TSwizzle has any problems there, but he should be in good shape. Jabberwocky here makes that putt. Nicely done. Pretty good look here on 17. This should be pretty straightforward. I like this play. High tee, hit the orbits. Throw it a little past the pin, let it come back. Nicely done. So he's safe here, and I would say that probably wraps this one up, assuming he can make this putt. He's going to take at least a 4.5. Well, I guess at least a 3.5. We don't know yet. Jabberwocky could make the shot. And here you go again. 2 different ways to play this hole. He's going up with a 9-wood grabber. And that was very close to a great shot. It came up just short and caught the wall and bounced back into the water. So he's going to give up a couple more here. We're probably at the point where even if TSwizzle somehow maxed out on 18, I think it'd be over. And now it's definitely over. We've all been here before, too, when you know you're down in a match and just playing out the string, so let's see if we can finish with a good shot here, though. Playing the jab up there. I personally like a 2-iron sniper here. I think that front pin's a great look with that. But we'll see if either of these guys has the Rumley jab dialed in. That was a good shot, just a little bit short, but the line was good. Gonna make this putt and clean it up. We got a solid 8.5 stroke victory for our ShlubHouse leader, who wins yet again. And thanks everyone for watching that belt to ass moment.